Hello guys, it's the July Lioness and how are you today? This is Choc Chat for Saturday, July 11th, 2015. Uh-oh, somebody's coming over. Well, you may as well do it. Gingerly, she climbs onto my knee. Do you say hi? Darla, do you say hi? Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, Darla's here too. Darla doesn't like to be left out, and she's got 75 pounds on my one leg. Ouch. This dog weighs 75 pounds. Oh, that's better. Now she's sort of leaning on the arm of the chair. Oh, my big baby. Yeah, somebody referred to you as my big baby, and you're my baby. You're my baby. Hello, Darla. Well, hello, Darla. It's so nice, nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Darla. One can tell, Darla, you're still just as way. You're still going strong for the room. Sway for the band, play one of your favorite songs from way back when. So take us home, da 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 da. Darling, we'll never go away again. Ow! Everything is falling off my lap, and I hope you appreciate your musical interlude today. Usually when I come home I sing Hello Darla to her, but not that much of it, because I forget the lyrics. That was Carol Channing's big number. Oh, and everything fell off my lap here. Alright, are you happy? Now that you have spread joy and dog hair all over my black pants? White dog hair on black pants, yeah. Ah, pet ownership. Okay, now there's a big head resting on my right foot. Okay, the scene stealer has finished for now. So yeah, okay, Choc Chat for July 2015, July 11th, 2015. I've got all this stuff in my lap that I wanted to show you. Well, I'm thirsty. Oh, this thing keeps jumping out there. Oh, it's been hot for you. It's I hate to call it the dog days of summer. I don't think dogs like them any better than anybody else. But nobody likes this time of year. Oh, I hate the end of July. I was born at the end of July, so I never hate the end of July. But it is hot, and it's not the end. It's almost not quite the middle even. But I think it's the hottest time of the year is my birthday. Probably the hottest day. My birthday is July 28th, and that's pretty much the hottest day of the year. Oh, let's see. When I was living in Arizona, it would usually hit about 117 on my birthday. Would be. But in New England, where I grew up, oh, July was the best month. If you didn't like the cold, July was fantastic, because it might get almost up to 85. Whoa, swelter. I remember when I lived in Florida in college. When I was going to college in Florida, North Florida, my parents came to visit me one day in March, or February or March, and it was just getting warmed up after the 2 weeks of so-called winter. I remember them complaining, oh, it must be 80 degrees. I said, I wish it were that warm. Bring it on. So 117 in Arizona. I remember when I told my parents I was going to move to Arizona in the 90s, the 1990s, they couldn't. This was in Baltimore by then, and they would say, do you know it gets to 108 degrees in Arizona? Bring it! Actually, it's different heat. I don't like this heat, the deep southern heat, because it's very, very humid and it affects your breathing and everything. And I've been drowsy, like sleeping, like siesta through the afternoons the last week or so. This past week has just been oppressive heat. Arizona, of course, is dry heat, and it's dangerous because you will get dehydrated without even knowing it, and you're very susceptible to sunstroke. And there's horror stories I could tell you that you probably already know anyway about life in Arizona, in the desert in general. But the winters are really nice. It's probably, depending on what part you live in. I lived in Phoenix, which is, I think, the hot spot of the whole country. And if it went below freezing in January, that was like really strange. I would say lowest temperatures would be maybe 45, 50. That would be the coldest months, which would be January. We did see snow once when I was there, and it was like, how do you turn on the defroster in the car? I don't know how to turn the defroster on. AC, no problem. Defroster, I wonder if it would even work. Pretty much it was just, well, there was ice, a coating of ice. I think we had freezing rain, and there was a coating of ice all over everything, but gone by noon and never to be back, so. But this kind of, and the heat was, since it was so dry, I always likened it to being baked in an oven. Like, I felt like a chocolate chip cookie turning golden brown. It was like being in a 250 degree oven, being baked from dough into a cookie. Yeah. So that was the indoor season. Summer was the indoor season there, from Memorial Day to about Halloween or so. It would be triple digits, always. Maybe it would hit 99 overnight. The coldest time, 3 a.m., it might get down to about 99. Yeah, HOT. But like I said, it wasn't like a choking heat. So it's just, it's hard to describe. You just have to kind of experience it, and you do adapt your behavior. You always, if you go out, you always have a water bottle with you. The canteen for the desert. And when I moved out of the desert, I still for years would walk around with a bottle of water on I have a waist pack with a pocket for the water bottle. Always had it on me, just out of force of habit. Never really drank from it. It was just, that's what after living 7 years in the desert, it's what you do, that's what you reach for, it's automatic. So anyway, I wasn't going to talk about any of this. But, okay, my notes. Okay, tree and yard stuff. I finally got the guy to come and mow the lawn again. It really, it grows back so fast because it rains so much. It'll grow, I swear, a couple inches just overnight. So he came back and macheted the jungle a couple days ago, and it looks better, much better. I was having neighbors say, "Oh, I know of a good person that mows lawns." Hint, hint. Like they were trying to. I was just gonna smack them, because if I want to have long grass, it's my business, not theirs. There is no homeowners association, so if I want to have long grass, I can have. I am not in any violation of anything. The only thing is the meter reader needs to be able to have access, so the lawn used to be at least, mow a path for the meter reader or something. I don't know. But it's mowed, and people, but really they just gotta mind their own business. It's amazing how much importance people put on their lawn. Oh, we gotta keep it mowed, but then they go and park on it. Oh, we don't got no driveway, we just park on the lawn. Oh, that kills me. Supposedly you care so much for your grass that you're always mowing it, and then you go and park on it? What if your car leaks oil? Think what that's doing to the grass. I just can't figure out why I got this patch of dead grass right underneath where I always park my car. It's the strangest thing. Oh, it's a culture problems here. No. In New England, we had paved driveways. What a concept. At the very least, they were dirt roads from driving on it, really. We used to, my aunt lived by a pond in Rhode Island. Actually, I guess it was about a mile away from her house, and there was this dirt road from her house to the pond, and it was just, it was never really constructed. It just was made from people driving back and forth. Became a road as they drove across the grass and the ruts and everything, but it was dirt. Now Florida has dirt roads, but they're sand, because Florida has just sand. But other than that, most people have actual paved driveways. But in my current neighborhood, I would say there's half and half, people parking on the grass and people parking in a driveway. I have a gravel driveway that has grass growing up through it, which of course dies during the winter. It used to be all gravel, and I thought about weeding it, but I realized that was impossible. It was like throwing bricks in the Grand Canyon. I thought, well, I didn't really like the gravel anyway, and it was always shifting around and stuff. It's hard to ride on, so the grass locks it in better. So I kind of like it with the roots going through it. And apparently, somebody told me many years ago, a previous owner didn't have a driveway, and the town wanted everybody to have driveways, so they came and dumped a whole load of gravel at this house. That's, all right, here is your driveway. I don't know if they bothered to break it down for him or anything, or if it was just a mound that he had to kind of keep driving through. They must have flattened it down for him. But that's my driveway. Fancy schmancy. Anyway, the tree guys, I did call them, and no apology or anything for, oh, sorry, or even, oh, I forgot about you. It was just, oh yeah, well, the truck broke down, whatever. So anyway, eventually a guy came over about a week ago now, something like that, and I showed him the trees that needed to be done, because the guy that does the work is not the same guy that gives the estimates and does the scheduling. So I showed him what needed to be done, and he had the cherry picker and everything, and he said, I can't get back there. I can't access your trees because my yard is fenced. And so he went over to the neighbors, and he was going to tell them and ask them if he could put the cherry picker on their property to access my tree. Neighbors weren't home. Left a note on the neighbor's door for them to call him, and I haven't heard anything since. And so I've seen the neighbors' cars come and go. They have like 5 cars parked over there. So at least it doesn't, at least they're like in town. It's like they haven't gone away for the summer or something. So I would hope that eventually this problem will be addressed. So it's as usual, nothing ever gets done quickly or efficiently around here. Okay, so I'll keep you posted. Someday I might have some pictures of where the tree used to be. I hope so. Yeah, I did the giveaway. I had a winner named Pamela, and congratulations again, Pamela. We have been in touch. Her package went out a few days ago. I hope I got the right weight, and boy, would I be embarrassed if it came postage due. Oh, Pamela, please let me know if it comes postage due, and I will happily send you a check. It's difficult. There's no post office close enough to me. There is a UPS place, but they overcharge. And it's hot. And, you know, I don't have a car, so I don't really like going out in the summer. Actually, I go out in spring and fall, and usually during the winter, but the summers are just a bit much. Having said that, I am going out this evening in, I guess a half an hour or so when I finish this video. Once it's cooking up on the computer, I'll head out. But I wait until evening nowadays when it's not so hot to ride my bike over to the store and do laundry and stuff like that. It is nice to get out. Since I work from home, it is very nice to get out. And speaking of working from home, I have placed another Stampin' Up order that should be coming, I'm guessing, by Tuesday. I am always happy to make a sale, but I really consider myself more of a hobbyist. I am not aggressively pursuing Stampin' Up because I am not a salesperson. I'm an artist and an author, but it's always a pleasure if somebody buys something from me and I can get my 2 cents commission out of them. But I consider it more of a source for art supplies, and as a demonstrator, I'm having fun with this. As a demonstrator, I get a nice little discount, and at this point I can keep I'm able to meet my quota, so I'm just sort of mellow about that. But yeah, it's kind of a nice arrangement to have a good place to get art supplies and maybe make a little money as well. And so I guess let's see, is that everything? I'm saving explaining this thing for last. So the giveaway is winging its way. The giveaway prize is winging its way to Pamela, and I hope she likes all this stuff. It was fun picking out all these little things to put in the box. Some of it sometimes I'll just go, if I really like something a lot, I'll buy a bunch of it, and then I'll just see where it wants to go ultimately. And so a lot of those things in the box were just little things that I kind of liked. I thought, oh, that might be nice, like something for the gift drawer or whatever. But I don't have a lot of people to give gifts to. But I figure, well, someday I'll have a rummage sale or Goodwill, or it'll go where it needs to go. Water seeks its own level, So that was fun putting that box together. I just hope I got the weight correct. I had to weigh each individual item and then add them up, and the numbers seemed about right, 7 pounds. So hopefully I guessed right. But like I said, Pamela, if it came postage due, I'm terribly sorry. Please let me know and I'll mail you a check for the difference. I'm sorry. Did the best I could. But I sent them through the post office. They're the cheapest and not too bad. There is a lady that runs the UPS store here, but she doesn't seem to really like to do her job, because I would take, when I was selling my scarves, I would always take my boxes there, send them out, and she would always say, well, you know, you could take this to the post office and not have to pay so much. It's, you know, it's like she didn't want to really be doing her job. But yeah, I went to the closest place and it was her, and she would rather be doing something else apparently. Ugh. So I don't go there anymore. I just ship them through the post office, online, schedule a pickup, and that helps a lot. But back then I didn't have what was my reason? I didn't have very good computer access. I think that was it. Okay, yeah, so for Stampin' Up, I've come up with some project ideas that I'm going to use their supplies with, and then I can make videos, and maybe other people will want to try it themselves, and then I might end up selling some Stampin' Up supplies, which is kind of neat. I don't know if any of you guys remember these fold over notes, right? You write your letter in here, your note really, fold it up, stamp it, and if you have extra sheets of paper for your letter, tape up the sides and send it through Uncle Sam. We did this all the time in the 70s and the 80s, and these have disappeared. This actually came from, there's a lady on Etsy who has a shop called The Letter Bee, and she has a subscription service, so you can buy a subscription box from her monthly. And I ordered one from her, and it was all kind of earth related stuff, and she had like a little packet that said retro, and in the packet were two of these. And I thought, oh my god, I remember these. I used to love these. Who sold them? Current. Is Current Card Company still around? Boy, I used to love their stuff. So anyway, the other day, after a month-long creative slump, I'm finally getting ideas again. Thank you, Lord. And I was writing to one of my two pen pals, and I thought, wait a minute. I was looking at this. I wanted to use it, but I only have two, and I felt kind of bad about like making a copy and using the copy, and it's kind of small too. So I thought, wait a minute, I have all this card stock from Stampin' Up. Can I improve on this? So these are just prototypes. This is 12 by 12 cardstock from Stampin' Up. Just pale pink. The other night I went and spritzed all over it. This is just a start. This is just to form a background. And so then I write longer letters than this. This will barely hold me for hello, how are you? And that's because I write big and I write long. So I thought, well, can I make this like for bigger letters just by folding it? So that's when I'm here's your typical fold over, right? And ordinarily it would just be one sheet, and you open it up and you would just write in gear. Well, why not double the size? Why not be able to open the whole darn thing out, and you can write in all of this area and even on the back. And then you fold it up and seal it with something cute. And you just, as I said, this is a prototype. I messed up the fold and stuff, but it is basically the same size as this, but you get twice as much letter. Now, for people that don't need to have so much space, this is white cardstock. This is 12 by 12 white cardstock cut in half. And so this is just one sheet.
so people could write on this, although there is some staining from the spritzing, which may or may not bother a person. It needs to be decorated, like stamped with it, or maybe I'll draw something freehand. I like to draw borders. I love it when the design on the bottom half just matches up with the design on the top. Like this one didn't work because it got cut. But sometimes, like I think the current ones made it in such a way that the design wrapped around. I always thought that was really cool. So this is, I don't know who made this. There's nothing saying, all it says is stamp. So it's in English. And, anyway, that didn't turn out. Now I sent one to my pen pal. I actually used a full sheet, and so I had it cut, folded here instead of cut. And I got a nice long letter out of that. A nice long letter. So this is what I'm working on. And I've got some markers and stuff coming, like I said, so I can continue designing them. Here is my fuss pot, the one who's been crying. This is Merwin. Just relax. Just relax. What's the matter? Darla makes her nervous because Darla's kind of big. Darla likes to spook her. She's a little skittish. See, we're right here, and she's not the brightest. She's kind of a mama's girl. So if she can't find me now. I'm right in here, remember? She's just not a lot upstairs. She probably wants me to sit while she eats. I'm busy. Go lie down, darling. Oh, the kids. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call them Haza-grams, which is a takeoff on the telegram and my last name. Now, where's that coil thing go that I was messing with? So the other thing, here it is. Oh. So the other thing, months ago, I bought from Dick Blick, and I've shown these before. I made a video that apparently a lot of people seem to like, where I made a little book of my rubber stamp inventory, and I bought this. These are it's like a, what they call, a book binding kit from dickblick.com. I don't remember the price, but you get a set of enough to make 12 books. So they send you these chipboard covers already with those spirals cut in it, two big humongo wads of paper also already pre-holed, pre-holified, perforated, punch-a-liskied, and my favorite new toy, the spirals. Oh my God, would this be a cat toy to die for? I better keep these in a safe place. So you just put this is my favorite thing. Mew! Mew! If I remember. Oh, yes. I always forget exactly how to do this. Yeah. So you just keep twisting in And I was just thinking, a good old friend of mine. Oh, geez, we've been best friends since high school. Her birthday is 6 days before mine. Mew! And I was thinking, oh, I'd love to send her a little something nice for her birthday, something sort of unique. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Well, I didn't want to give her something from the gift drawer. I want to give her something a little more personal than that. So then I'm like, wait, I still have all those little books. I could put together a little spiral book for her. She and her fiance, might be husband by now. Hope I didn't miss that. But they are very nature oriented, and they do a lot of birding. I thought, she could probably use a booklet like this to take with her when they go birding. So what I did, her actual book is I just started working on earlier. So I'm going to decorate the front and inside of these, and then she'll have this nice kind of a sketchbook for whatever she wants. And I'm thinking I might put like end papers inside. I picked out some plaid scrapbook paper that I think would be pretty. So on the inside, and then the outside, I painted gesso on both sides, so it's going to be pure white on both sides of both pieces of chipboard. So I need to figure out what I'm going to put on the cover and on the back. Do I want to draw something, or do I want to? I have a lot of my own drawings on my computer that I could print out. I could take some. I have a drawing of a bird that I did for Mindy Peppermint that I could print out and attach to the front, or I could try something freehand, or I could do a collage or something. But I've got these self-adhesive alphabets, so I could put her initials down here, and it would just be, I think it would be kind of a nice sort of a personal gift. But personal, but not super personal. It's not like I'm sending her underwear, I don't know if you can see my fancy paint job here, but that was done by my Mormon friends. We had a pizza paint party about a year ago, actually, and fabulous. They just, they're like 5 or 6 of them came over, and they just roll up their sleeves and painted this fancy paint job for me. Because they said they would, because they wanted to, because it means a lot to them to help people. And I couldn't have done it myself. I painted almost every room in this house, got painted last summer. And I painted most of them by myself. And I was real burnt out by this time last year. And I was like, if I see another bucket of paint, I'm gonna die. So, I helped with all the prep work for the painting and stuff like that, and we had a discussion about how what color goes where and how we want it banded and everything. This is actually this room. You can't really see. You can see the taupe band and then the sand band above that, but if I can tilt this up. Yeah, see up at the ceiling there's that teal band, aqua. So they painted that. They did this paint job for me. I had other friends. The idea was pizza outside and painting inside. Well, I had a couple other friends who were not Mormon, and they sat on their butts chatting. And everybody else was inside working their butts off, and they were just blah, 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 eating the food and doing nothing. They're like, this is a paint party. You're supposed to be helping out, but they wouldn't do it. Lazy bums. So, yeah, they're very industrious, LDS, and very sincere, and I have a lot of respect for them. And I miss them. The two I really made friends with were a senior couple, and their mission ended and they went back home out west. And I keep in touch as best I can, but I miss them because the wife was a super nice lady, and you know, I would tell her my stupid jokes and she would laugh, and she would actually come over and say, you know, she would call up and say, do you need help stripping wallpaper? I mean, what kind of a friend is gonna, you know? Yes, please. Oh, wonderful. Because this hallway was all striped floral striped wallpaper all down one side, all down the hall and all this side of the room. So all that had to be stripped off, and that was not a fun job. It was very labor intensive getting just the prep work done. So they were just wonderful, and I'm glad they're home and back in their lives, but I miss them, and it's not, those days are gone. They won't be back. You know, they're not gonna move here permanently or anything like that. They're home with their family and all, but I miss them, and I was very blessed that they came into my life when I really needed help and friendship and lots of stuff. I mean, support. You know, I'm a loner, but even loners need some kind of friendship. Need to make some kind of contact with the outside world. So yeah, not much else. I've just been playing The Sims and still not really kind of thinking this game is supposed to be fun, and I'm kind of waiting till I get to the fun part. It's kind of insensitive, some of it. You know, as an animal lover, I really have a problem with it because it's a game. This is supposed to be amusing, but it's in poor taste because they say, oh, I want to adopt a cat. And so you adopt the cat, and they're good with the cat for a while. You know, you have to train them to take care of the cat. And then after a while, it never fails. They just start ignoring the cat and neglecting it. And you see this cat is really suffering. That's what hurts me, is to see that the cat is suffering, and to try and force these people to stop doing their stupid stuff, to stop playing their stupid video games, and take care of their pet. You know, be responsible. Very hard to get these sim creatures to be responsible. So I learned that if they don't have a wish to adopt a pet, if you go ahead and adopt a pet otherwise, that pet, they won't even let it in the house. They act like it's not even there. I've had 2 occasions where there was this, I thought that their dog needed a friend, so I had him adopt the puppy, but he didn't say he wanted to adopt the puppy. That was not one of his wishes that you grant to them, promises and stuff, but went and adopted it anyway. The puppy spent the first night outside because it couldn't get in the house, and I kept sending the sim out, and I had him pick it up, and I was trying to get him to carry it into the house because the puppy couldn't get up the steps. But they say, oh, what a nice puppy, and they pick it up and they talk to it and maybe feed it a treat, and they put it down, go inside, and it's, you know, snowing or something. Oh my God. And they did this. Then in another one, the guy was living in a houseboat and had him adopt a kitten. Same thing with the kitten. It was pouring down rain, so I got the kitty condo, made the kitten sleep in the kitty condo, and I put food and stuff out for it. But the guy would not bring the kitten inside. Even his adult cat came out and talked to the kitten and all, and they were kind of bonding. But it was like the guy, he could see the kitten, but he wasn't going to accept it as his own. So that gets me very upset. So I just had him give up both cats, the kitten and the older cat, because if they're, you know, I just knew he was going to neglect the older cat. You know, put the cat up for adoption, before the government comes and takes it away. Because if the government comes and takes it away more than a couple of times, then they say you're not allowed to adopt anymore, or not for a long time. Because that happened too. So if you're playing Sims 3, don't ever let them adopt a pet. It'll break your heart. So I've learned not to do that. Which is sad, because I would be so miserable without my pets. They mean the absolute world to me. I mean, you guys know that they do. I have so much fun with them, even when they're being spoiled brats. By the way, someone has stopped crying, and I hear her eating. So she got hungry enough to go and eat all by her lonesome. She is a bit of a crybaby. So anyway, I think that's all to talk about this week. Happy to have some projects going on. Hopefully I'll get my tree squared away one of these days. Fun to get back into creative things. I'll have to show you how my friend's notebook turns out. I'm gonna have to finish that up and get that in the mail. I like Gesso. Gesso's a good thing. I've heard about Gesso for many years. When I was in art school, people were singing the praises of Gesso, but I never actually used it. It's a white, kind of a milky, pasty substance. It's called a ground, and its function is in painting. I mean fine art, not painting walls. Let's say if you want to paint on a surface other than canvas that's sort of rough, like my grandmother did a lot of oil painting, and I think she used to use pieces of masonite. So she would take the masonite, which is very smooth. Actually, I think this table has a masonite top. But it's very smooth, but it's like, dark brown, kind of wooden, kind of like particle board, but only a lot smoother. But anyway, she would paint it with gesso to make it a nice white, clean, smooth finish. And then she would do her oil painting on that. Also, you can use it just to neutralize the color of something. Like there's this lady who does wonderful YouTube videos. Her name is Gabrielle Pollacco, and I think I've got her linked on my front page as one of my favorites. Oh, she makes these beautiful collages, and a lot of them she'll have like little silk flowers or cork embellishments that you'll get from scrapbooking companies. I think she actually owns her own scrapbooking company or something similar. But they'll be, brownish, like cork colored, and they need to be white. So she'll just paint them with gesso. And even the silk flowers, she'll paint gesso on them just to make them white, and then she'll paint some other, like a shimmery paint over them. So gesso can be used to just kind of neutralize, make something a nice clean white color, clean white surface for decorating purposes. It might be sort of related to Spackle. It looks like Spackle. It's not as thick as Spackle though. But I would imagine they've got some overlapping ingredients. There might be some kind of a talky compound in both of them. Or I think you can if you can water down Spackle in some way, you might be able to use it like gesso. I was reading that somewhere, or there's some video about it, but I know that they must be similar because they have a similar function. One is for walls, but and the other is for, canvas and stuff like that. But they sort of have the same function and a similar consistency, so they must be somehow related. If anybody knows, let me know. I'd be interested. Spackle and Gesso, are they related? So this has been the July Lioness, and thank you so much for coming by, and thanks for watching my videos. It's so nice to have interaction. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful week. Bye bye.